Hi, I'm Jamie, and this is how I lost 40 pounds postpartum twice. So the first time that I lost the weight, I lost it in just a matter of 3 months. I gave myself 3 months to heal, and then I went ham on losing weight for about 3 months. And 40 pounds in 3 months is a lot to lose, and I learned that the hard way because I ended up having postpartum hair loss, like all the way back to here on both sides. So I looked like a samurai warrior there if I put my hair back in a ponytail. So I don't recommend that. I think if I was to do this a third time, I would base it off of how long I plan and hope to nurse. I was blessed to be able to nurse my second child for an entire year, and I knew that I didn't want to try to lose weight again until after I had finished nursing. And that is because you're going to lose weight naturally, most likely if you're nursing. So during that year that I wasn't allowed to think about weight loss, I was not allowing myself to diet during nursing, I did end up losing 20 pounds anyway, just because of the nursing. After that year, it was the baby was weaned, and it was time for me to bite the bullet and lose that weight. So the first thing that I decided to tackle was portion sizes. So when we're pregnant, you know, we're eating a bit more, our bodies are stretching in ways that they've never, possibly never been stretched before or aren't used to being stretched. And so after the baby's born, you want to shrink your stomach back down, and you're not eating that extra food for nourishing the baby and a pregnant body anymore. So what I did is I would look at what I would normally serve myself and just reduce it by about 40%. And I found that by doing that, I wasn't depriving myself. I was still eating plenty of food so that I didn't actually even feel hungry, and I didn't feel any sort of fatigue or weariness or malnourishment. And that actually got me to my first 10 pounds of intentional weight loss. And then the plateau happens. So we all know, almost all of us have experienced trying to lose weight, and you're doing really well, and then it just stops and you plateau. And a lot of people get frustrated by this, but I think it's better to just accept this as totally normal and probably a healthy response from your body. And what I do during that time is I totally expect it to happen, and then I just use that month to just replenish myself with healthy food. Eat as much healthy food as you want. It's really difficult to gain any unwanted weight or even maintain any unwanted weight unless you are eating processed foods or added sugars. If you're just eating whole foods, foods that don't come in a package, and foods that you can recognize they're just one ingredient, like having an apple or having a serving of steak or a serving of broccoli, things that you could grow on a farm. If you're just eating that food, it's actually pretty difficult to add or maintain excess weight. So after the plateau, I went for my next 10 pounds. So the next 10 pounds, I was dreading a little bit having to address these things, but it was actually way easier than I thought. I was just addressing bad habits that had formed during pregnancy, like eating more sugar than I did in the past, and I got introduced to some different kind of junk foods that I had never had. And then there were just habits of like waking up in the middle of the night to eat. It was difficult for me to sleep during my pregnancy, and so that's a habit that I formed. So all of these habits of eating at times other than being hungry, I decided to only eat when I'm hungry, and I also addressed those, cravings, and maybe even want to call them addictions to added sugar and junk food. It was difficult, but just not as difficult as I thought it was going to be. And I just stuck to it for, 3 weeks. And that, if you're able to just get through those 3 weeks, then the cravings dissipate, and you won't even be craving those sugars and junk foods anymore, which is just such a blessing. And then you'll probably have gotten into good habits of cooking a little bit more for yourself, or just keeping fresh fruits and vegetables on hand instead of reaching for chips or crackers or whatever that's not really going to give you that nutrition that you need. And then finally, so that takes us to 40 pounds for the second pregnancy, because I lost 20 from nursing, lost 10 from just controlling portion sizes, and I lost another 10 from controlling those bad habits that I had formed. But I would also say just allowing yourself to feel hungry, genuinely feeling a hunger pang before you eat. You should feel it physically in your stomach, like I feel a hunger pang, and I'm going to respond to that by nourishing my body. Because sometimes, with all that goes on in life with having a baby, and, maybe you're also working or going through some complications in life, we end up just eating out of like boredom or for comfort, or eating out of habit, or eating because other people around us are eating, or because we need to serve other people food. But just waiting to eat until you are physically hungry and getting into that habit, you won't be able to maintain that excess weight if you have that habit of only eating when you're hungry. And then when you do eat, it's food that's meant to nourish your body, rather than, and if you want to eat comfort food sometimes, or you like to indulge in a dessert once in a while, like it's okay. You don't have to feel guilty about that, and you can afford to do it because you don't do it all that often. It's not like a habitual thing. It's something that you would do consciously because you decided that you want to enjoy that. So I hope that helps, and amen, and God bless, and I hope to see you again in my other videos. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.